I surrender. I surrender. Don't you? I surrender. So, today, we're talking about surrender. Isn't that a lovely beginning? That's what's in our minds when we think about surrender, isn't it? Is the white flag, waving it and saying, I give up. Did you know the Bible doesn't really talk about surrendering to God? I mean, it doesn't have that specific word. The idea is there, but there's some differences. So we have to think about how that word is defined. So think about what surrender is. It gives the picture of war, right? Where one side is against the other, and they're both fighting against each other. And what happens then when one side finally surrenders? They realize there's no way that they can win, that they will lose more if they don't give up and give in, because the other side just outmatches them. And that could be for a lot of different reasons. Then there's often terms to this surrender that is kind of agreed on both sides. So here's why I believe those who have translated the original languages of the Bible into English, for the most part, they haven't used the word surrender. Okay, so yes, surrender, in the sense of how we come to God. But here's the thing: when we use the word surrender, yes, in our natural sinful state, we are at war with God, but He is not at war with us. He is for us and wants to transform us. God wants to make us better by giving us His Spirit and making us like Christ. He's not trying to conquer us. That's real war. Instead, we see phrases, instead of surrender, we see submit yourselves to God or offer yourselves to Him. In fact, the closest to actual surrender, the word itself and its full meaning, we find is in Mark chapter 8, verses 34 and 35. And we've looked at this before. But let's look at it again. And this is the words of Jesus. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it. But whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. That's some pretty strong language, don't you think? Deny yourself. This means you can't hold anything back from God. Nothing. We can't hold out one hand and have something behind our backs. Be like, nah, I'm going to hold on to this one. We have to give everything we have. We can't keep something to ourselves. That's not denying. Like, one side has more to lose if they don't surrender. We have everything. We have everything to lose if we don't deny ourselves and follow Jesus. We're already going to lose everything at the end of this life. I mean, you can't take your looks and appearances with you. You can't take your possessions with you. You can't take your fame and popularity with you. You can't take your success with you. Everything that we've built up and brought in this life, whether we're Christian or not, when we die, we don't have it with us. We don't have it a part of us anymore. The only thing we have at that point is our soul. And unlike all those things, that is not going to stop existing at some point. All these things that we have that we're so geared towards getting and holding on to, they're going to be gone. And so Jesus is saying, if you don't surrender those things, I use the word surrender for the purpose of this, if we don't give those things to Jesus, at the end, we're going to lose our soul with it. So that's it. And that soul is going to endure forever, unlike all those other items. So, what will happen to your soul? Will you lose that too? We have to have open hands. Love you guys. We're praying for you.